wet and windy day here in Melbourne, but now the skies are somewhat clear. At least it's not bucketing down anymore as we bring you NPLW action here as South Melbourne gets set to host high-flying Calder United here at Lakeside Stadium. I am Joey Lynch on my own here, bringing you the action from tonight in what should be a highly entertaining game. It is fourth South Melbourne versus first Calder United on the table, and before the action gets underway, we'll take you through the starting lineups. So, starting for the hosts, we have in goal, Erin Hudson. Number 6, Cindy Lay. Number 7, Hayley Richmond. Number 8, Sophia Sakalis. Number 9, Kelsey Minton. Number 11, Jamie Pollock. Number 14, Leah Varley. Number 17, Alex Gummer. Number 19, Mia Hollingsworth. And number 31, Sophia Papatsanis. For the visitors, who have been relatively stable throughout this season, as you would expect for a side that is flying in the way that Calder United are. In goal, number 1, Ayana Aogi. Number 2, Marie Rampel. Number 5, Virginia Stroba. Number 10, Gultsan Korja. Number 11, Emma Roberts. Number 12, Alicia Eki. Number 13, Adriana Taranto. Number 15, Stacey Papadopoulos. Number 17, Angie Beard. Number 18, Alexandra Sinclair. And number 19, the leading goal scorer this year, she's already got 20 on the season, Catherine Zimmerman. As we see the two captains heading over for the coin toss. As I mentioned, it has been a wild and wet day here in Melbourne. It was coming down in buckets earlier this evening, but thankfully for the players and the fans in the stands, to a lesser extent, conditions have cleared, and, well, at least it won't be raining, but of course that surface, that lakeside surface, always in pristine condition, of course, but it will be slightly wet and no doubt a bit slippery out there for the players to contend with. Taking you through the benches for both sides. For the hosts, we have on the bench number 3, Sarah Richardson. Number 4, Emily Raymond. Number 18, Rachel Toos. Number 20, she made her return last week, but now she's on the bench for this one. Number 20, Tiffany Eliadis. Number 23, Adriana Jones. And number 33, Zoe Harachis. As play gets underway here at Lakeside Stadium. On the bench for the visitors, we have number 6, Polly Duran. Number 17, Raquel Doralis. Number 8, Alana Byrne. Number 16, Melissa Taranto, not starting with her twin Adriana today. And number 21, Jenna Ibrahim. Early chance for Calder off. Oh my word! No sooner have I put down the team sheets and looked up, but Calder have taken a 1-0 lead. My word, the long-range chipped effort coming in. Angie Beard, I think it was, from the wing. Erin Hudson, no idea what happens in goals for South Melbourne, and well, it was less than 60 seconds at Lakeside, and Calder United are a goal to the good. Goodness gracious me. Slightly dumbstruck, to be honest. Well, that is not the start that South Melbourne would have been wanting here tonight. They were coming into this game on rather excellent form, or I guess maybe it was more of a tune-up game that they had last week more than anything against Southern United, who unfortunately, if you have been following NPLW Victoria, you will know that they Well, to be charitable, haven't had a lot of success so far this season. South Melbourne got to win 11-0 last week over Southern United. Slightly more difficult for Calder United in their win last week. 4-2 win over Alamein. But on the balance of play, well, the absolute perfect start for the visitors. Hollingsworth wins a throw-in for South. Turnabout, however, and now Rampel will throw it in for Calder. Calder, excellent start. They've got their tails up, have the visitors. Applying pressure to the hosts whenever they can. But now a chance for South to matriculate themselves through the middle of the park, but it's once again, it's cut out. Richmonds can't contain it. And there's a lot of action happening there on that flank. It'll be another throw-in, which will be put in by Rampel. Long fierce pressure. Hudson under fierce pressure from both Zimmerman and Sinclair. Forced to just get rid of it quickly, but South can counter here, but no. Cut out by Rampel. She looks like she's got targets in the box. Cross is poor, however. Once again, the fierce pressure, making life difficult for the hosts as Cindy Lay will try to bring the ball out. Fantastic harassment from Sinclair. That's better from South. Hollingsworth wins. I thought she'd won a throw-in, but no, we won for Calder. Over the top for Zimmerman to chase. Did well to apply the pressure, and she's won another throw-in for Calder. This one in a much further advanced position for the hosts. For the visitors, as you might be able to hear, vocal contingent of South Melbourne fans, as always, for a South Melbourne home game. The drum is up and about early, trying to spark their side back into action after conceding a goal after, I'm going to be generous and call it 45 seconds. Robert puts another throw in, and she'll get it back. Goal kick for the hosts. Sinclair and Rampel unable to combine and get something going on that right flank. Seems to be a somewhat like dearth of ball boys or ball girls. Hudson forced to go and get the ball herself. South once again trying to go down this left flank. Hollingsworth, but under fierce pressure. Calder just cleans up. Cut out by Sakalis. Flicked on by South. This is better. Their first real attack of the game. Hollingsworth on the left. Defence does well, however, and it will be free kick to the visitors. It was Roberts helping out there, I think, in that corner. Hollingsworth tries to float something in. South can't get on the end of it, however, but they'll get the ball once again and try to get something going forward through Lay. Cindy Lay goes down. No doing, says the referee, and it will be cleared out in the direction of the Calder attack. Zimmerman showing a lot of energy earlier. As I mentioned, she's leading the NPLW Victoria goal-scoring charts after only 11 rounds, 20 goals. So she's going at a rate of more than one a game. Fierce pressure applied to the South defence. Excellent from Calder. Of course, Zimmerman, former Providence, breaks through here, shot comes in, and that's a lot more simpler for Hudson to handle, and she collects and attempts to spring South forward in possession now. Hollingsworth retains her feet on the slippery surface. Looks to be Richardson on the ball, so we've either had a late change or I can't read the team sheet. Nonetheless, Richardson now cutting in on the left. Goal kick to Calder. Of course, as I mentioned, this Calder attack is, well, I think high-powered might not actually be doing them justice. After 11 games so far, after 12 games, after a third of the way through the season, basically, we'll call it, they've already got a goal difference of plus 52. So they can score quickly, and they can score in bunches. South Melbourne, well, after conceding within 45 seconds, have done well to cauterise the wounds and retain it at 1-0 after that. Good to see a large contingent of South Melbourne's junior girls out here supporting the side. Chant of South Melbourne Olay going out. As South try to get something going in attack, but there's absolutely no room to move for Lay. She'll try to float something in, but skids along the ground, cut out by Calder. But South have another throw in. point will be put in by Richmond. Cut out, however. Now a chance for Calder to try to get something going. But that will be cut out by Verley. Zimmerman just lost her footing and almost did the splits. Luckily for her hamstrings, was able to collect herself. But now this is better from South Melbourne. Breaking down the left. Richmond. But the cross was poor, and Aogi relatively straightforward collection for the former Young Matilda and former one-time Brisbane Roar player. Made the move down to Victoria to play with Calder. And Rampel will throw it in. Robert's excellently cleaning up there, and she's won the ball back for Calder. Calder content to just knock the ball about. Eki and Koja as the centre-back pairing for the visitors. Hollingsworth again going to work down the left, but it's well defended by Rampel. Heavy collision, and Lay has won a free kick, but she is still down on the... No, she's getting up. Good to see. Centre-back Valley will float the ball in. Big packing form at the edge of the 6-yard box, but I think that was Rampel that got a head on it. Now cleared from Calder, and Calder have a chance to break forward down that left flank. Goal kick for South. Carlos turned the ball over, working hard to get it back, but another chance for Calder to go to work. Well, he's headed in, but that is an easy collection for Hudson. And confirmation that early goal was for Angie Beard. Calder United's Twitter account was saying it was after 39 seconds. So we'll go with the Calder account. Thank you for joining us. If you are tuning in on Facebook or YouTube of NPL Victoria, There is another game happening, rather big one as it turns out, A-League semi-final between Adelaide United and Perth Glory out there west, simultaneously kick-off. Keep you updated on that one. At present, it is still 0-0. Perth very almost taking the lead after Dino Julbic's header off a Jason Davidson cross just comes off the crossbar and back into play. So warning signs there for the Reds. But of course we're focusing on this one as South now get a bit of joy down the right for really the first time tonight. There were players waiting in the box, but Calder defence does well to snuff out the cross on that far side of the pitch here at Lakeside. Koja does well in defence. Long ball is played in over the top. Dangerous play here. But Gummer is more than up to the task and clears the danger for South. Calder United dangerous there, looking to just float the ball over the top to, I think it was Sinclair. But Gummer, of course, of Melbourne Victory, W League side, got herself a premiership medal this year. It's up to the task, and now the danger is cleared. Sakalis forced to work against four. She's unable to quite do it. But nonetheless, now South can build. Hollingsworth is... Well, now it was Hollingsworth turns to work on her own, and she can't do much better either. Koja. Eki is forced to play it back to Aogi. Her long clearance is immediately cut out. Richmond floats the ball in to Sakalis, but her header can't collect the ball. This is better from South, though, keeping the ball in Calder's half. And referee wanted to play advantage, but Pollock, it will come back, and Pollock has won the free kick. Referees tonight, taking charge out there is referee Yoav Fisher. First assistant, Julia Mazatesta. Other assistant is Joseph Lamptey. And the fourth official is Lauren Riddle. At least that's what it was on the website this morning. Another chance here for Calder coming in. And it's 2. Disaster for South in the 23rd minute of play. Breaking through the lines. Hudson, you could see she couldn't make up her mind. Did she come or did she go? In the end, really neither. And instead, relatively straightforward task to just poke the ball in and make it 2-0 for the visitors. I believe it was Zimmerman with that one, so that would take her to 21 goals on the season. This is danger signs for South. They had done enough to cauterise the bleeding, and after conceding, after just 30 odd seconds, even create a few of their attacks, but now they find themselves down 2-0 against the side in Calder that knows how to score and knows how to score in bunches. So Carla's trying to get something going on that flank. She's moved on to the right, and Kelsey Minton, the number 9, has gone to the striking position as this is Gummer. And her pass just kept in by Richmond. Lay spreads the ball across the field in the direction of Richmond. The pass is poor for Hollingsworth, and instead, oh no, but it has taken a touch off Calder, perhaps somewhat to the surprise of Hollingsworth given her disappointment, but instead it will be Richmond with a throw-in. Cheeky little back heel from Lay. Was appealing for a corner. Instead, it'll be a goal kick to be taken by Aogi, who hasn't had a lot to do. Maybe a couple of half chances for South. As I'm informed, the second goal was Stacey Papadopoulos. Thank you to Bill on the Facebook feed. Very long way from the action here at Lakeside Stadium. On that left flank, it's sometimes difficult to see. It's better from South. They've won the ball in a dangerous area. Long shot. Straightforward, however, for Aogi. Incredible hustle from Sinclair there, chasing the ball around. Sinclair, of course, was the Players' Player of the Year for 2018. Calder United's attack featuring the Players' Player of the Year, the Golden Boot winner of the year, and the gold medal winner for NPLW Victoria from 2018 in Sinclair and Zimmerman. Zimmerman applying the pressure to Richmond. Was forced to play the ball back into the middle to Gummer. Her pass is initially cut out. And now this is danger signs for South. However, Papadopoulos unable to capitalise on it, as that is going to be a foul. Calder players not liking it, but the referee has awarded a free kick to South. As we approach the half an hour mark here at Lakeside, 2-0 to Calder United. Gummer went on a bit of a run down the left, and at least she's won a corner for her side. Hollingsworth heading over to take it. Aogi comes out with a punch. Danger is still there, however. But Cindy lays follow-up cross. Can't find anybody in the area. Instead, the ball scoots out for an Aogi goal kick. Oh, that's dangerous there from Lay. And she's earned herself the game's first yellow card in the 30th minute. Lunged in there. Very dangerous. No injury, thankfully, but referee is not going to let you get away with challenges like that no matter what time of the game it is. Now the ball is lofted forward, attempted to be headed on there. And if it's been one real feature of this game, has been this fierce press by Calder. They are not giving South a moment's peace in the back line. As another chance comes through, sliding in, and the referee waves it away. Danger signs there for South, but Verley with the sliding challenge is adjudged to have done so fairly, and they will escape. Only temporarily, however, as Pollock immediately feels that press once again. Lay now. Chance to go forward for South, but her pass will be cut out by Rampel. Was looking for Zimmerman down the right, but instead she will win a throw-in. Gummer coming at the fierce pressure there from Sinclair. Attempting to get some triangles going is South to play through this press. But dispossessed again. Fierce pressure here from Calder. It's fantastic fantastic work from the top of the table, Calder side. That back four for South Melbourne are not being given a moment's peace. And once again, Calder can reload and try to add a third in the final 15 minutes of this first half. Which you would have to say on the balance of play, Calder are increasingly dominating. Long shot by Richmond amounts to naught, but it will be a throw-in for South here in the 34th minute of play. This is dangerous here from Calder. Another chance to break, streaming forward. Pass was looking for Zimmerman. It was cut out, but she's won it eventually, but a shot wrong side of the near post, and it will be a goal kick for Hudson, who now thankfully has some youngsters behind the goals to collect the ball for her. And we do have a goal in the A-League semi-final. Score is Perth Glory 1, Adelaide 0. Diego Castro with the goal in the 29th minute, getting on the end of a through ball from Chris Economides. So the A-League's reigning premiers, 1-0 up out west. As the A-League's other semi-finals come on Sunday in the Big Blue. Of course, the premiers of the W League, Melbourne Victory, earlier this year, and a number of former current Victory players running around out there today. The Torontos, for Calder, have spent time with Victory, as has, of course, Alex Gummer. Jamie Pollock as well at one time was with Mavericks. Calder breakthrough here on the attack, but Hudson was out strongly, and it looks like she's won a free kick. So brave goalkeeping there from the South Melbourne custodian. Hudson, who has spent time with not Melbourne Victory, but the other W League side in Melbourne, Melbourne City. Looks a bit shaken up. But looks like she will be okay to take the free kick. Gummer. Once again, Sinclair and Zimmerman applying the pressure, but South Melbourne better this time as they work the ball forward. Hollingsworth gets it on the right to Sakalis. But just swarming defence from Calder. Nothing doing, and now they've got a chance to go away again. Sinclair collects it, knocks the ball forward for Zimmerman. Zimmerman's got a chance here to work one-on-one. A strong challenge from Bailey. Clears the danger, and maybe South can get something going here. No, they cannot. Just the nature of this fierce attack from Calder. They break so quickly, and their front pairing is so lethal that when South are forcing these turnovers, they can't really counter effectively, because much of this Calder side has the luxury of sitting back and just watching this lethal attack go to work. Pollock plays the ball forward, looking for Minton. Sakalis keeps up the effort, but will be played away by Aogi. So, 40th minute here at Lakeside. Goals to Angie Beard and Stacey Papadopoulos, giving the visitors the lead. Beard striking after just 35 seconds to really set the tone for what has become a half in which Calder have been well on top. But South now trying to get something going, but no doing, as once again Calder snuff it out and can go forward. Ball played forward in the direction of Sinclair, but she is offside. Zimmerman applying the pressure to Gummer here, but the Victory W League player has done well and won a throw-in for her side. Sliding challenge by Zimmerman going out of play. Down 2-0 South Melbourne here. They will be looking to avoid a repeat of the first meeting of these two sides back in round 2 of the 2019 season at Keilor Park. On that day, brace from Melissa Taranto and a goal from Polly Duran, guiding Calder to a 3-0 lead. Of course, many expected perhaps last year we would have seen a situation where these two sides met in the grand final at Amy Park. It seemed to be destined for that at the semi-finals, but FC Bulleen Lions at the last minute, first they come in and spoil the Calder party, knocking them over in the semi-finals and then knocking over South Melbourne in the grand final. Emily Shields turning into Superwoman in that grand final in the Bulleen goal, helping to steer her side to the win. But Calder will have a free kick here. 42nd minute, so maybe a bit of late cooking for the visitors. Angie Beard standing over it. She does have the capability of hitting the ball from long. Looks like Angie Beard will have the run of it. Beard. Shot saved by Hudson. Seemed like there was only one thing on Beard's mind there. Back of the net, but Hudson up to the task, going to her left and getting down for awkward trajectory on the ball, but nonetheless it's kept out. Gummer. Played it to Pollock, who got it back to her. Eliadis, who recently came on, so the South coaches swinging the change early, bringing on Tiffany Eliadis, trying to spike themselves back into life. Now Eliadis moves the ball out to the right. Eliadis plays the ball long. It's cut out once again, this time by Strober. Now there is space for Calder to operate on the right. Sinclair going to work. Oh. Could have been dangerous there from Rampel if she'd got maybe slightly more onto it, but nonetheless her cross is collected eventually by Hudson. She will just boot the ball forward. Another long ball is played forward now. Zimmerman in pursuit. Harassing Varley. But they've done well there, South. Maybe not so much there, however, as it's cut out and now Calder can go once again. Papadopoulos does well to flick the ball on. Still coming. Cheeky back heel. Cut out by Papatsanis, however. Still the danger rests. Lay under pressure, gets the ball forward. Every time South are trying to build something going forward. Just this swarming pressure from Calder cuts it out. And that is picked out by Zimmerman, who's got support on the right. Papadopoulos tries to get it back to Zimmerman, but it's cut out. Hollingsworth was busy early, but has quietened off a little as the half has gone on. But now she's got a chance. Hollingsworth on the left tries to cut the ball back, but it's cut out by the Calder defence. And it will be a throw-in to Calder. So fine defending there to snuff out the danger as Hollingsworth was through on goal. Perhaps one final chance for Calder to get another one as we are in the tick over to the 48th minute of play. Ball comes in at the back post. South do well to clear the danger, and that will be it for the first half. So really no time for South to figure out what was going on before some punters had even taken their seats here at Lakeside Stadium. Angie Beard had Calder ahead after just 35 odd seconds of play, lobbing Erin Hudson. Stacey Papadopoulos played through on goal, adds a second for the visitors as the half goes on. South unable to settle. The swarming pressure of Calder in every area of the pitch doing its damage. And well on top are the visitors as they head into the locker room with the scoreline South Melbourne 0, Calder 2. Sinclair and Zimmerman look Welcome back to Lakeside Stadium here for more NPLW Victoria action. South Melbourne playing hosts to Calder United, and as we resume play here, it is the visitors, Calder United, with a 2-0 lead. Angie Beard putting the visitors ahead after just, well, it was only about 30 seconds of play. As they quickly get going again through Zimmerman down the right, who plays the ball back to Beard, but no do it. Shot comes in and it goes wide. Yes, Angie Beard putting the visitors ahead after just about 30 seconds of play with a lobbed effort over the top of Erin Hudson in the south goal. And then in the 23rd minute, Stacey Papadopoulos played through on goal by Adriana Taranto to make it 2-0 to the visitors. And it was really a half in which Calder, well, they flat out dominated, really, you'd have to say. The fierce forward pressure from Sinclair and Zimmerman was really giving the South Melbourne defence just more than they could really handle at times, just desperately trying to clear the ball away. As once again Calder are going to have another chance to keep the ball in the South Melbourne half. Yeah, South really not a lot of attacking joy for them. Ayana Ayogi in the Calder goals, not really called upon to do much work, but South Melbourne, there's quite a lot of talent in this side. Got the potential to do something here in this second half, and we'll see what they can do. As Taranto stands over the ball and floats one into the area. Headed onwards. And it will be a corner. Hudson forced to just get down to her left and put the ball out of play after the header in. And another dangerous chance here for Calder. You would think maybe Robers fancies her chances of getting her head on another ball as the Calder will work it short. Ball is played in over the top. Sinclair's gone down. Penalty. Disaster once again from South Melbourne. 48th minute of play. The ball comes in. Sinclair gives pursuit and goes down. Referee points to the spot. And Alexandra Sinclair, the 2018 Players Player of the Year, will take it. Chance to make it 3-0 and really perhaps ice this game. Sinclair. 3-0. No mistake from the Calder United veteran. Cool as you like. Hudson goes the wrong way. 3-0 Calder United. The absolute worst possible start you could have asked for South Melbourne. And now, well, you never like to count anybody out in football, and especially after some of these things we have seen in world football in recent days, you never want to count anybody out, even if they're down 3-0. But you'd have to think, as now Zimmerman breaks through. One-on-one with Hudson. Zimmerman with the chip. Just wide. Oh, from my angle, I thought that was 4-0. And just as I was talking about how South perhaps difficult to come back, but not impossible, well, at 4-0, if Zimmerman puts that ball away, you would have to think it would have been impossible at that point. But nonetheless, reprieve for South Melbourne. They live to fight another day, or perhaps not for long, as once again Calder forcing a turnover. Comes to Zimmerman in the middle. This time, can she finish? No! Ball takes a deflection and then he's out for a corner. It is really, really all happening here at that end. At that South Melbourne end. Sustained pressure here from United. Well, maybe a bit of a reprieve for South, because once again, no young lads or young girls behind the goals to serve as ball boys or ball girls. Players forced to get the ball themselves, but now chance to swing the ball in and maybe get something going. Strober and Roberts were both waiting for it, but instead Calder will try to work something. But South have done well to turn the ball over here, and now they have a chance. A rare breakaway against an empty defence. Ball was chipped up looking for Minton, but it was picked out by the Calder defence. Strober now under pressure, tries to boot the ball out, but instead it will be a goal kick to be taken by Aogi. Cut out by South now. Another chance. Long shot. It was teed up. Instead, Strober will collect it on the left and just boot the ball out. Or perhaps she was banking on... Oh, no. Sinclair has stayed down. And that's not what we want to see. Referee has called over the trainer. Sinclair showing that hustle that she showed throughout the opening 45 minutes and did win her the penalty. Looks to be receiving treatment perhaps on her ankle. She's sitting up. Players looking over to the bench. And I don't think Sinclair is going to be okay to continue. That's not good. She's being carried off. Can't really put any weight on that leg, which this is a real shame. She's going to get taken straight down to the rooms. She will be replaced by number 6, Polly Duran. But our thoughts are with Sinclair. She's still being carried off, shaking her head. Really upsetting scenes here at Lakeside. Nonetheless, play will continue. Always an awkward situation, and always awkward in these situations. Focus will turn back onto the game as Zimmerman tries to get something going on the right, but it's picked out by South. Can they build up? No, they can't. Offside, however, coming back from an offside position was Zimmerman. Of course, Polly Duran, no slouch in the goal scoring tally herself. She has 8 goals on the season. As I was mentioning in the first half, Calder do really like to score for fun. Polly Duran scoring in the 82nd minute in Calder's 2-1 win over Bayside United to win that game. So she's clutch as well as capable of getting goals. That game, of course, helping Calder bounce back from their only defeat so far on the season, which was a 2-1 loss to FC Bulleen Lions, who also, as I mentioned before, knocked them out in the semi-finals of last year. It's now a ball played through once again. Zimmerman's through here. Zimmerman! Well, She just can't find the target. She's had about 3 chances in this half. She's done incredibly well each time to get in on goal, but just can't quite hit the target. And that was quite good pressure there from Verley at the back to just put her off from the shot. Verley on the ball again. She will just put it all the way out, but miscommunication there from South Melbourne, and ball comes in. Polly Duran can't get a shot off. Ball came in from Papadopoulos. Once again, just miscommunication by the South Melbourne defence. And lucky not to be punished. Pollock plays the ball back to Verley. I'll just bring the ball wide out to Papatsianis. Hudson just forced to come out and clear her lines. Once again, trying to take this one short. Oh, skittled everybody, but offside. Was offside, was Angie Beard, so it wouldn't have counted if she'd managed to scoot on the ball and direct it in. There's a 58th minute of play here. Score is 3-0 to the visiting Calder United. Beard putting the visitors ahead, seconds into the contest. Papadopoulos making it 2-0 in the 23rd minute. And then Sinclair, before she was unfortunately forced from the field with an injury, making it 3-0 in the 48th minute with a penalty. Other games happening around NPL Victoria tonight on the men's side. In the top flight, Bentley Greens in the 82nd minute, 2-1 up over Port Melbourne. In the 67th minute of the Dandenong City versus Kingston game. Dandenong City, who have been struggling in their first year in the NPL top flight, up 2-0 over Kingston City. And in NPL 2 action, across conference rounds, East meets West. Moreland Zebras from the West, up 2-0 over the East's Northcote City. And in the A-League semi-final between Perth Glory and Adelaide United, score is still Perth Glory 1, Adelaide United 0. Calder taking the field tonight without the services of, well, Sarah Lorcha, not quite sure. Maybe if you're in the comments you can help me out with that. But Sarah ruptured an ACL in April. Of course, that means she will be out for the season, but she is running a GoFundMe campaign online to try to help her with the cost of surgery to try to return back to football. You can find that if you just search for, well, Google GoFundMe help Sarah fix her knee. If you're able to, be sure to donate and try to get Sarah back on the field as soon as possible. She's here tonight watching her teammates. Really taking care of business here. As now Gummer will float a free kick into the penalty area for South. Pack forms. Ball comes down. There was a cheeky shot on goal there. Just over the bar, however. There will be a goal kick for Iogi. As we will be seeing Calder United making another substitution here. And it will be one of the goal scorers coming off, Stacey Papadopoulos, being replaced by Melissa Taranto. So the other Taranto, Melissa, joining her twin Adriana on the pitch. Adriana in the white boots, Melissa in the black boots. It's now Calder trying to get something going once again. Eliadis. Papatsanis. Gummer. South take the throw in quickly. Eki was quickly on the spot to cut it out, however, but still South can come. Lays the ball back to Pollock. Finds herself under pressure from the Calder attack, but nonetheless puts the ball forward, but Iogi quickly off her line to collect. She will just boot the ball forward. Rampal just hoosed that ball forward, looking for Polly Duran. She is the substitute, so she is fresh, and she has won the ball. Plays the ball back to Sroba. Hollingsworth flicks the ball forward in the direction of Minton. Still going. She can collect. Lay. What can she do with it? Not a lot, unfortunately, for South, as the ball is cleared back up. And, well, Valley was forced to play the ball back to Hudson there in the goal, but then she paused and grabbed at her thigh. So that is something to keep an eye out for South Melbourne. Coming up against this lightning-quick Calder attack, you don't want your centre-back. Well, we're about to see, well, I thought we were about to see just how healthy that leg was, but bouncing ball didn't quite favour Zimmerman. She couldn't get in behind Valley there, but you can still see she's walking somewhat gingerly on it. But nonetheless, South come forward through Eliadis. Cut out by Eki, however. Tries to play the ball to Polly Duran, but no doing, and it's turned over. Duran. Roberts just plays the ball forward. But excellently done from Gummer to clear the danger. Now South coming down the left. What can they do with it? Not a lot. I feel as though I should stop saying that. Seems every time I'm calling a game and say, what can they do with it? Side immediately turns the ball over. So apologies for the Moz South Melbourne fans. Sroba does well to get the ball out. Taranto plays the ball over the top. Can Zimmerman get on the end of it? Hudson has come out, and she was just forced with the Zimmerman just looming up on her. Just swing a right boot at it and comes off, just shanks off the side, and it will be a throw-in. Sroba. Gets it back. She'll just be forced to turn around and play the ball to Kodja. Eki plays to Taranto, who gets it out wide to Rampal. We do have another game in the Bentley Greens versus Port Melbourne game. It's now Bentley Greens 3, Port Melbourne 1, so the Greens look like they've secured the 3 points down there at Kingston Heath. Taranto has a shot blocked. Picked out by Roberts. Taranto was looking for Duran out wide, but instead it's cut out by South, and now South have a chance to try to just get something going as Eliadis breaks through, but Kodja is aware of the danger and just boots that ball long. Now the ball is slipped through. Zimmerman's through. Poor touch from the South defence. Zimmerman through. One-on-one with Hudson. And Hudson with a fantastic save. Zimmerman wanted a free kick or a penalty. Felt she was dragged down by Verley. She may actually have a case. Waved away by the referee, however. She's still remonstrating with the official. Feels as though she was unfairly impinged. And I think that's about the 4th time Zimmerman has broken through one-on-one in this second half. But has just been unable to find the back of the net, but she's looming. Is Zimmerman. You've got to feel as though she'd want one. Beard with a shot. Saved by Hudson. Fantastic work from this South goalkeeper. Once again, that pressure from the Calder attack, defending from the punt. That was polyed around there. Means that it will be a throw into Calder. With Sroba, the left back, has come up to take. Looking for Duran. Gama helping to clear the danger there, but Calder can come again. Rampal will throw it in on the right. This is excellent. Ball shot comes in. Hudson forced to punch the ball away. Once again, it was Zimmerman with the effort. This time, breaking through on an angle, launching a wicked right-footed shot that Hudson couldn't hold, forced to punch it away, and South will concede a corner. So the danger not cleared yet. Calder again will work it short. South once again, however, able to pick it out. And Hudson, collision there. Calder, well, their pressure has been intense all night. And on that occasion, perhaps slightly too keen. As we see South Melbourne about to make a change. Zoe Haratzis coming on, replacing Cindy Lay. As we are now in the 71st minute. Another chance here for Calder. Zimmerman with a shot across the face of goal. She's nibbling and nibbling and nibbling away here. Got the feel she's getting closer. As it appears Port Melbourne has got one back in that game against the Bentley Greens. Perhaps too little too late, but perhaps salvaging some pride. So Roberts fell over herself, but wasn't made to suffer for it. Now Gummer plays the ball long in the direction of the artists. South unable to do anything with it, however. Well, they have on a corner, so chance yet for Hellas to get something going. As it will be Hollingsworth making that long trek out across the athletic track to collect the ball to swing in. South Melbourne bunching up on the edge of the penalty area, waiting for the signal to make their runs, which they do so. Shot, deflected, and booted away by Calder. South, couple of speculative calls for a handball, but no doing. And now Calder, this is a chance. Zimmerman's got support. She finds it. This is offside. However, Polly Duran had broken through on the right. Zimmerman did well to look up and see her. Played the ball forward, but just unable to time that forward run. And the flag comes up, but that very easily could have been 4-0. And instead it will be South that come up the other end. The artist going to work, trying to get something going in her second game back for Hellas. Papatsanis with the throw-in. Taranto, however, cuts it out, and she'll play the ball over the top. Sroba comes away with it, does well. Polly Duran does well. Well, I thought she did well to turn her defender, but instead she's given away a free kick, which is taken quickly by South, and there's some space out here on the left. No doing, however, cut out by Calder, but it will be a throw into South. So still a chance for them to do some sort of building here. We've got 15 minutes remaining in this one, plus injury time, which you would imagine we would see a sum with the goal and injury to Sinclair. Some South fans heading for the exit. So they're not sticking around to see whether South can mount one of the most unlikely of comebacks. Turn to Calder, they'll take it quickly. Polly Duran's all up there on her own. If they can try to spring her behind the defence, which they will try to do so. However, it's headed clear. Ball comes in, free header, 4-0. And yes, finally she gets it. Ball was just floated in there. And finally Zimmerman strikes. Got in behind the defence. And that's it. You would have to say game is now dead and buried. Heavy 4-0 Calder margin here. They've gone one better than they did back in round 2 as more South fans head for the exit. South get the game going quickly, not in any mood to muck about. As Pollock puts the ball out to the left. Strober does well, and now Beard can come away with it. Play Polly Duran into space. She's got Zimmerman arriving in the middle. Instead, she's won a corner. As we see Calder preparing another substitution. Raquel Doralis preparing to come on. Action as well on the South Melbourne sideline. We'll go Beard. Well, shot never came off her left foot properly. Ball goes over the bar for a goal kick to Hudson. As the final substitution is made, Doralis enters the fray, replacing Adriana Taranto. th minute of play here. And there's now full time at Kingston Heath. Final score, Bentley Greens 3, Port Melbourne 2. South try to get something going down that left flank. Ball comes into the area, but no doing. And then the A-League, in the 78th minute, we have another goal. Diego Castro once again popping up. It is now 2-0 to Perth Glory, so it looks like the A-League Grand Final will be heading west, short of a miraculous Adelaide United comeback. Score in the Dandenong City-Kingston City game is still 2-0 to Dandenong City. And in NPL2 action, Moreland Zebras have a 3-0 lead over Northcote City, so it looks like comfortable 3 points for the Zebras. As Richmond will just watch that ball out and collect from the ball boy for another throw in, which she takes. Still running. Polly Duran has a shot. Hudson gets down low to collect. Just ticking over to the 84th minute here at Lakeside. Score is South Melbourne 0, Calder 4. See a double substitution being made by South. Probably too little too late, but you never know. If you're just tuning in, maybe flicking over from one of the other NPL games going on around Victoria, maybe you're a frustrated Adelaide United fan who's given up the ghost and is tuning in. Calder took the lead after just seconds of the contest when Angie Beard with a perfect lob over Emily Hudson, just seconds in to give Calder a 1-0 lead. It was 2-0 in the 23rd minute when Stacey Papadopoulos pounced on a through ball from Adriana Taranto to make it 2-0. South cleared the danger again. Alexandra Sinclair made it 3-0 in the 48th minute when she won and converted a penalty Unfortunately, Sinclair after that did suffer an injury and was carried off by the trainer, so our thoughts are with her and hope it's nothing serious. And then in the 75th minute, Catherine Zimmerman, who had been threatening all second half, numerous chances, finally popping up and getting her goal, which she got on the end of a cross from Virginia Strober and headed in past Hudson. And perhaps just to further dampen the mood of at least the home side, the rain begins to fall here at Lakeside. Just Calder pushing. Can they get maybe a fifth? So Strober on the left. She dances over the challenge from Raymond. Beard just waits for it and then flicks the ball onwards. South, however, snuff it out. As we're about to tick into the 88th minute here, Lakeside. Very well done there from South down the left. Can they maybe get something in? Just maybe a consolation prize, if nothing else. Unfortunately not. Ooh. As we have gone full time in the other NPL Victoria game, so at full time, Dandenong City, Highjuk 2, Kingston City 0, and in NPL 1, Moreland Zebras 3, Northcote City 1. But in the A-League, maybe hold the presses because it is now Perth Glory 2, Adelaide United 1. So perhaps not all lost for the Reds over there in Perth. Papa Diawara with a goal for the Reds. So it's like a unicorn, right? Really, sighting really. Papa Diawara healthy, but he's popped up and got a goal for the Reds in the semi-final. As the ball is encased there on the attacking left wing for South Melbourne. Raymond continues her run down the right. She thought she'd won a corner, but it's actually a goal kick. Will be taken by Aogi. Hasn't had a lot to do as the youngster. Of course, goalkeepers will tell you that it is those games where you don't have a lot to do in the cold, where you can so easily turn off. and cop a cheap one when you're not paying attention. It's one lonely South fan, I believe that's, not sure of his real name, but he goes by our resident Cockney on the Twitters, chanting that South will fight to the end. Collision there as Kodja just bustling through. As we are now here in extra time, so really just, if nothing else, just killing time until the end. But that is better from Richardson down the right. Ball comes in, cut out. Ball is played through, but to nobody in particular. Hudson off her lines. Perhaps earlier in the half we would have seen perhaps Polly Duran or Catherine Zimmerman, or had she still been on, Alexandra Sinclair chasing after that. But here in 92nd minute, up 4-0. Can't really blame them for just watching that one go to the keeper. Another chance, late one. As you might have heard, Calder fans perhaps wanting a penalty there, but late chance there to maybe add a fifth. Just goes wide. Further embarrassment saved for South. As we have ticked over to injury time in the A-League semi-final. Score is still 2-1 to Perth Glory. As Throber will have a throw-in on the left. Cut out. Taranto who cut that ball out, was trying to get something going, but again it's cut out this time. Cut up by Rampal, who gets the ball back in. Eliadis. 94th minute here at Lakeside. And that is the final whistle, full time here at Lakeside Stadium. Calder United, too good, far too good on the day really. The visitors went ahead after just, we'll call it 40 seconds, when Angie Beard with a perfect lob over the top of Erin Hudson in the south goal. 2-0 in the 23rd minute when Stacey Papadopoulos got in the end of a fantastic through ball from Adriana Taranto. 3-0 in the 48th minute. Alexandra Sinclair winning and converting a penalty. And then in the 75th minute, she'd been threatening all day. Catherine Zimmerman gets her goal on the end of a perfect cross from Virginia Stroba to make it 4-0. Calder, far too good on the day. Press, fierce, clinical in their finishing when it counted. South never really even challenged Ayana Aogi in the Calder goals. So the final score here at Lakeside Stadium, Calder United 4, South Melbourne 0. I've been Joey Lynch. Thanks for joining us on the NPL Victoria Facebook and YouTube pages.
Adelaide 2-all.